Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Ships at Sea. In this episode, we're going to cover the rescue mission of disabled boats and also boats on fire. I will point out that there is a bug with the, I'm not sure which patch it was, but there currently isn't a marker for the rescue. When you tow the ship in, it's not showing you where to take the ship. It's no longer showing on the map. Now, the devs are aware of it. In fact, the bugs and workarounds I showed in previous videos have already been fixed. And there is a big content release for this game coming in November, right on time, right on schedule for their release roadmap. So with that, we're going to go ahead and load our save game. We haven't reached 1 billion yet, but we're close. We are up to tier 5 now. So when the 5s come out, I am ready. So there it is. And that's as high as you can go because I don't see a status. So you'll have the captain certificate. So awesome. Now, you can use this boat, which is the biggest. This is, I believe, a tier 3. Yeah, the tier 3. For the cannons, water cannons. But it's so big. Its length is the same, almost the same, if not longer, than the Nordland. It's kind of hard to get on top of the boats that are on fire, and and you almost have to run over the boat because it's a 2-stage mission. One, you have to get in range of the vehicle or ship that's on fire, and then you have to put the fire out. So we're going to switch boats for this, and I don't think I own it, so I'm going to have to spend some of my millions. Still haven't hit 1 billion yet, but you know, we got enough fish farms. But I think we're going to switch to a tier 2. It's only half the length, and it does come equipped with rigging for the remote water cannons, which means you can actually control the cannons from inside the ship and not outside the ship. So let's give that a shot. We'll just go ahead and we'll buy that boat. 6 million. Oh, goodbye. And then since we own it, we'll go ahead and upgrade it. We'll make it our active boat. And then we'll go ahead and click on the upgrades. We are going to have to buy the rigging for it. So we'll do that now. As far as upgrades, I always just upgrade the engine and the propeller because everything else is cosmetic. Searchlights, I don't advise buying them yet because they really aren't real effective. The dev team's also aware of that one, and they are working on a better what would you call it, visibility on how well you see with the searchlights. But the rest of these are just going to be, obviously, you know what, I might go ahead and buy these the port ones, give them a try. That's the only one I haven't tried. So this is the Scarvin. We'll change this to Razor's Rescue. Ooh, if I can spell. And let's go with red and get a font that looks something rescue-ish and not too crazy. All right, we'll go with that. So we've got the boat active. Did it not take it? It took that. Okay. And then we'll give her a wash, make it all sparkly. And then let's head out. So let's see if there's anything currently active on the map. There is not. So I'm going to have to pause the video. I'll wait for an emergency to come out, and then we'll sail out there. Okay, so we have a burning boat. There was a disabled one too, but I didn't want to do it at night. So let me exit the chair just to give you a real quick. This does come equipped with the tow and the hoses. Let's get some light on the subject here. Those are on. Let's get the interior lighting, work lights, and then we'll go ahead and turn the searchlight on, but there's nothing really to look at. It's got some cool stuff in here. The autopilot. It's got a radar built in, which is cool. And let's drop our weather. Let's turn the craziness off. We'll just drop those down like that. Make some calmer seas. We'll go to a external view, and let's drop the anchor. We can go to the mission. You go to company. Whoa, this boat's fast. I thought I could just cruise out. So let's go ahead to the company settings with the tab key under company missions. And let's go ahead and start tracking that bad boy. And we got 9 hours to go put it out. So now we'll get a little arrow. Wow, this thing's agile. All right. It's fast too. I'm not really out of fuel. I just upgraded the fuel. So we should see some flames here pretty soon. Wow, this thing turns on a dime. All right, let's see. Let's drop our speed down. That'll help some of the control issues. I like how it's, I don't know if those are emergency lights or flashing off the, I think they're on the boat. That's cool. I never noticed that. All right. Okay, it's over there. I can see it. It's in range. Wish I had a siren. We could use the horn. Help is on the way. All right, so if you see there's 2 steps here. Reach the boat. And then it'll gray out. Yeah, the last one I did with the bigger tier 3, I actually tipped the boat over. There, okay, this one updated pretty quick. All right, so we're in range. You can hear the flames there. Let's get into range. And there's some cool little features for this. Sadly, this one doesn't have the turbo turning, so I'm going to have to use a little bit of speed and then slow down. There we go. Now we'll try not to run him over. Okay, slow down. Yeah, unfortunately, you have to get up a little bit of speed, then reverse engines just to keep the angle. Oh, come on. That's what's nice about the tier 3. Once you do get to the burning ship, you can actually, this thing's gonna sink before I get an angle on him. Oh, crap. Alright. Give me some power and then turn it off. There, I think we're gonna get it this time. Let's give it some gas. Come on. You're still going backwards. This game's cool. It does have the momentum. So you have to be patient with it. I think that'll give us a decent angle. So let's go ahead and see if we can't take control of these. I think we have to drive it to use it. Searchlight. Let's do the water cannon. And it's just holding the space bar down. It doesn't give you really a progress. Let's add some power here too. We can adjust the cannon. I don't think we got enough. Yeah, let's hit. Okay, it's E. And down a little bit. Alright. Now we just wait for the flames to go out. I don't think we're hitting it. It's hard to tell from this angle. Let's put a little more oomph in that. And we'll bring the cannon down. There we go. There we go. Sometimes it'll still be on fire, but you get the completion. I just go ahead and finish the job. Yeah, usually a couple squirts and it's done. The only thing I wish is that as part of this, it would consider it disabled. Because I don't know how that boat could operate without or with all that fire damage. Let's go external. Yeah, it just disappears. So, but we've completed the mission. So that is a fire rescue. And how it's done properly. Took us a little bit to get into position, but honestly, this is the first time I've actually operated this boat, so didn't know a whole lot coming in. Although it does handle like its sister, the tier 3. It's just bigger. This is smaller. Alright, so let's get our rescue mission. I'm gonna try a couple things to see if I can figure out how to cheat. Not really cheat, but to make the game give me credit for a successful rescue. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so just using the time passing with the E key on the clock, I was able to get a boat in distress. So let's go snag that boat. I am tracking it. It came in the middle of it was dark. I didn't want to risk. You can see there's a lot of little shelves in here of land, and I didn't want to be the boat that needed rescued, so. And it's not that far away. Alright, getting a tow on this thing might be interesting. If I can keep from oversteering. Oh. I took damage. I just went over something. I didn't see it. That's why I wish those spotlights worked. Alright, let's slow down. Use our forward momentum to get us somewhat aligned. Pretty small boat. And this is a two-step as well. Find the boat. Hook the boat. I have to check my graphics settings. I've been getting a lot of the shader since the new NVIDIA drivers came out. Alright, come on, boat. I'm starting to regret my choice of not using the tier 3. Come on. Because I'm actually going to have to pass the boat and then move forward. Let me pause. I don't want to bore you. Okay, I'm going to try something because it does say that I'm 25 feet from the boat, but as you can see, I'm almost right on top of it. Right on top of it. I'm going to see if I can attach the tow line and skip that. So I'm now towing it, but I haven't actually found it according to the game. But let's go ahead and set a destination here of, as you can see, it doesn't really, even when I have completed both steps, it doesn't give me a display. So, get rid of that. And let's, where am I? Oh, here. Let's go up here. There. I don't know why it thinks there's land there, but there obviously is. And get around the dock and to here. All right. Let's turn on the autopilot. And I want to take a look and see what this looks like while autopilot's on. There it is. Got it in tow. It'll be cool when they get the big ships and we can run tows with some of the tier 3s and bigger. I think that's about the largest I've seen. So we'll go to external view. All right, so I'm gonna wait. It's quite a ways, and get into position of where I think the turn-in used to be, and we're gonna see if it works. So I got back to the dock. I am docked up right now. It's still telling me, even though I'm in tow, well, I've been towing and then untowed. It's still not recognizing him, and now we have a boat on fire. But I should be able to check the logbook because it's only 1,000 payout. If I go to missions, I should get that checked off. Although I don't see a check off for the boat that I put out, so I'm not sure. Because that's the new boat. Let me see here. I don't know if this covers any Yeah, I don't think it oh wait, yeah it does. Okay, so we'll see if we see that in there. Boat in distress. And let's leave the skiff. I'm gonna try going first I'm gonna here and save the game. Save it here. And then go back to the main menu. And then if I load game, see if it takes it off my boat. No, it is still there. What about if I do this? Okay. So that should reset my boat location. Ooh, that boat just did a flip. Now it's really in distress. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened with that. So, let me see if I back into it. It's still tracking it. This is weird. Let's undock. And let's, whoa! Now it's, yeah, see, I'm not, it says I'm 41 feet away, and I just hit it, again. Yeah, I would probably avoid these until the dev has a chance to look at them. So these are the boats in distress. But yeah, that's what we have. The reason I saved it there is because I'm gonna load um the one before I took the mission. Um it would be this one right here, I believe. And it's actually the one I think before I even bought that ship. Yeah. So this was the other the Scomcat. This is the tier 3 boat, which now can serve as passengers. You can do passenger missions at the office as well. I haven't tested that out yet, so not prepared to wing it. But they are available at the office. You'll see uh harbor cleanup operation. I wonder what these are. Just trash. Yeah. But there should be one for passengers, if I'm not mistaken. Or I'm at the wrong spot. That's why I need to research that a little bit before I snag it, because I don't see any here. Yeah, that's just insurance and bank loans. So yeah, I'll have to figure out where I pick those up. Maybe somebody I have to talk to. But they are building a whole new. Let me show you that real quick. Pause for a second and get set up to do that. So this is the roadmap that I was talking about. These, if you scroll back, these were all the updates that are already in. But if you scroll over a little bit, which will actually put you here by default, you can see the patch that's coming in November. They're going to start, and they've already started, dedicated servers. And if you click on each one, it gives you a really nice description of what to expect. But you're going to have an onboard kiosk. Um, so sometimes if you look through, they'll give you, some more details, other pictures. Um, I mean, that's pretty cool. So that'll go right along with the passenger update. I don't know why it keeps doing that. There we go. Let's see what else is coming up. New maps and ports. I'm really looking forward to that. Lighthouse missions. Um, so I assume those will be like repairs. Um, support for twin and triple engine throttles. Um, independent propeller control. Yes. This is more physics. Um, and then support for independent thrust control, and implemented joystick steering. Uh, Improved fish habitats. This is what I was talking about in the last video, um, which is cool. Um, New agricultural system for fish habitats to support all types of fishing methods. Um, yeah, it's pretty cool. Teleporting. Haven't heard a lot about what that's going to entail in Discord, but if it's anything like their previous, as long as you're don't have, at least in the previous titles, if you didn't have like long lines or any type of bait, lobster traps or anything placed, you could, after even after you recovered a bunch of fish, as long as there were no buoys or anything to pick up in the game, you could teleport to like these and let me switch screens here. um Return to the game. Let's turn off the roadmap. Hold on, before you do that though, um here, this is the other date to update to. So in first quarter, you've got, looks like we have one more update before the end of the year, Burning House mission. Um, and then look at the first quarter next year. Ferry operation, cars, tier fours start coming out, wind farm ship, and repairs, um, turbine farms. That'll be interesting. Uh, Z Bridge. I don't even know what that is. Licensed partner through this collaboration. Okay. To existing layer of gameplay. Huh. I'll have to ask more about this, and this is cool. Not sure what all it means yet. POTUS support. They've already done the upgradable captain's chair. Well, it's marked complete, but I don't believe it says done. Haven't seen that one yet. Improved fish farming. So got more enhancements to that. Animations, more animations. NPC ships and marine. That was something I'm really looking forward to, just to add life to the maps. General bug fixes. And then in the full version of next year, you've got all the tier 5 stuff. So there's just a whole lot coming. And then last but not least, these I don't know how to pronounce that, Persine, but it's this precise netting. It's pretty interesting. I'd never heard of it until I read the details of what that was. Um, but and they originally had it as an earlier release, but they pushed it back just because of the intensity of um the what needs to go into it. So let me switch to the game real quick, because I want to show you something that I found out actually doing this video. And I don't know if it works on other ships. We were talking earlier about searchlights, and I accidentally hit the L key, and I realized that brought up light control. So I mean, I'm literally learning stuff. So instead of doing it from just the control, I'll have to play around with this, but I don't know if anybody else has seen this. But and maybe it's just with the starboard light. I don't know. No, because it says lanterns, working lights. And I'll have to mess around with this and see, because you've got the view, externally, which is why it was nice because you can turn away from the game. And I wonder if you can see these things turn. No. So they don't have the animations with them yet, or I'm just looking at the wrong ones. Let me double check with the starboard one. I don't think I have a starboard searchlight. At least I don't think I... Well, it should have a default one. So there's no animation, and I'd have to wait till dark, but there you go. The L key, that's a game changer for me. Being able to actually see where the lights are pointing in external mode. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully you got something from this. Sorry it went a little longer than I expected, but I wanted to cover that roadmap, which I'll put a link in the description. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.